Hey guys, welcome into the Sportscast here. Hope you guys are staying warm during the snow apocalypse here in Texas. I know we haven't lost power and our water has not frozen, thank goodness. Had to get on here and talk about something though. I want to get on here and talk about the Green Bay Packers new defensive coordinator. Okay, Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon is Green Bay Packers new defensive coordinator, which I'm perfectly fine with, and you should be too. I'm not going to look at what the job was done in Arizona, right? Arizona lacked talent, didn't really have a quarterback. I'm going to look at what this man was when he was a defensive coordinator, which led to him getting the job in Arizona. The last time this man called defensive plays and was the defensive coordinator, he was a top 10 defense in Philadelphia and number 2 in his final year there, which I believe was 2021, which led him to get the job in Arizona. I think this is a perfectly good hire for Green Bay, and I think Matt LaFleur really liked him. Okay, Matt LaFleur. Speaking of that, Matt LaFleur, this is a very important hire for Matt LaFleur. Okay, because this is his last contract he will have in Green Bay. Matt LaFleur had to make the right decision here. Now, I've heard reports, and I'm pretty sure most of you Packers fans have ever heard reports that we were waiting for Jim Leonhard. We were waiting for Jim Leonhard for the Denver Broncos. We were waiting for Jim Leonhard. There's a lot of connections between the Green Bay Packers and him, and I thought we were too. The Broncos lost, and we didn't wait around for Jim Leonhard like I thought we would. Jim Leonhard, I think, will be a good defensive coach and a defensive coordinator. My thing is, and I think he pulled the trigger on Gannon because Gannon is highly sought after. I know the fan base will look at, oh, the Arizona Cardinals were terrible when he was there. I get it, right? He lacked talent. He didn't call defensive plays there either. He didn't call the defensive plays. So it's a solid hire. I know if you got to look past that part of it, right? Some of those people, and he's probably one of them, are not great at being head coaches, but they're great at being coordinators. And I would categorize him as that. I think the reason we went with him is he's been a DC before, and he's been a head coach. This is a very important hire for Matt LaFleur, and I think he wanted someone that has been there before, someone that LaFleur talked about, someone that has been in the head coaching position before, someone that's been a defensive coordinator before, and Jim Leonhard has not been a defensive coordinator in the NFL and a head coach in the NFL. I think that's why we went with him. I was a little surprised because we were waiting around, and look, if Green Bay really wanted Jim Leonhard, they should have interviewed him the bye week for the Denver Broncos. They had a bye; they could have done it there. I think the Cowboys interviewed him there. We didn't. We should have. We didn't because Jeff Hafley was still making his decision, and maybe that was on us. Maybe, hey, I got to go out and find somebody just in case. If not, obviously you're a guy. Which I wish Jeff Hafley the best in Miami, but I like this hire in Jonathan Gannon. I think it's a solid hire for us. I think it's a very important hire for Matt LaFleur because this is his last shot in Green Bay to get it right, the contract extension. And we want a guy here that's going to be here a while. We don't want a guy that's going to come in here 1-2 years and be done. I don't know if Gannon has that itch to be a head coach anymore because it didn't bode well for him as a head coach. So maybe he decides to be a defensive coordinator, and he's a defensive coordinator for Micah Parsons in this defense. So I think it's a good hire for us. I'm not going to lie, a little shocked we didn't wait, a little shocked we didn't because I've been told that's what we were doing. We were waiting for this guy, and he's our guy. He's the guy we want. And then we go out and we get Rich Gannon. Parker from the Eagles would have been good too. But I just think the unknown of that and where LaFleur's contract is, and knowing this is his last stint in Green Bay, knowing this is the last contract unless he gets it right, there's a lot of pressure on this hire for Matt LaFleur. He thinks Gannon's the guy. I like it. I think he's a good defensive coordinator. He's shown that in Philly, and which led him to get the head coaching job. And so a lot of fans are going to go, hey, he sucked in Arizona. But you got to look past that and look at the facts of when he was defensive coordinator, when he was calling those plays, the defenses was really good. If they can bring that level of defense here to Green Bay. I think it's going to be very successful. Let me know what you guys think about the Rich Gannon hire or Jonathan Gannon hire. I keep saying Rich Gannon. It's Jonathan Gannon hire. And let me know if you think I'm right or wrong. God bless, and remember, keep it outspoken.